What's going on, guys? It's Phoenix, back for another one, and this is take two, because I was starting to ramble a little too much in the last one. Anyway, the Legacy United cliffjumper, he's from that 4-pack with the IDW repaint of Tarn, which I know, like, the weird paint on the mask was accurate to the IDW comics, but I'm not really a fan of how that looks, even though I do like the Tarn mold. But if you don't have the Tarn mold to get the 4-pack, it seems pretty cool. Although Squeeze Play is kind of a random pack in, and Toy Colors Tarantulas looks kind of stupid, or maybe it's comic colors. I don't really know, don't really care. I was going to get that pack because I think it was like 65 US, which is basically the cost of like a leader or commander these days for 3 deluxes and a Voyager, so you're basically getting a free deluxe. Mostly because I'm like, sure, whatever, another Titan's Return figure, because most of them are perfectly fine. And I was planning on at least flipping the Tarn and Tarantulas, because I don't really care about the color scheme on Tarantulas, and I don't need another Tarn. For a cliffjumper here, but I'm like, I'll cancel it. End up tracking cliffjumper down here for probably double what a deluxe retails for, but still less than the box set price. He was probably about the price of like 2 deluxes on eBay, so not too bad. And honestly, I kind of want to do like a little like in defense of like ramble about this mold, because I know people aren't the biggest fan of it because it's just kind of wonky and the shoulders are kind of shit. And it's just a weird remold of Chase, although I would honestly say that Chase is the pre-tool of this, much like Shadow Strike was the remold, or pre-mold rather, of Sideburn. Cliffjumper here is pretty neat. I mean, the shoulders are still awkward as hell, but I feel like that's kind of in keeping with the character, because even with the I messed around with a friend's custom, a friend in the community, his custom of Prime RID Cliffjumper into, like, I think he said it was like a custom wind charger. And I have the first edition somewhere in storage in the closet over there, but that one has terrible, just because of like wear and tear, or just like messing around with it and futzing with it. The head ball joint's a little bit loose, and I've just have been lazy about, trying to fix it and everything. Just has never really been a priority, even though I do really like the first edition cliffjumper. But across both those iterations of Prime cliffjumper, the posability was still awkward given the mold and the sculpting and everything. So this hits that same this ticks that same box, essentially. I mean, the head's on a ball joint, but I think it's on a ball joint, at least it might just be on a swivel. I can't really tell, but yeah, head's doing that. The shoulders are awkward as hell because they don't really tab in, and they frankly kind of should. It would have taken no real extra effort to just put a little tab in there, a little slot in there, put a tab in on the strut, if you ask me. But honestly, on mine, like, the shoulders don't dip down once I've fiddled with him a bunch as much as I think they generally do on the mold. But shoulders rotate the full 360. Hips only go back that far forward. If you move the arm out of the way, you can do the full Van Damme. Weird reverse ankle tilt due to transformation. The heel is posable like that, also kind of due to transformation. And I do like the transformation on this mold, and I think that's probably one of its saving graces. And then obviously knee bend and thigh swivel as well. But I don't know, I feel like this mold gets a lot of shit, and it's a pretty decent mold. It's not one of the better ones from Legacy United, but it is a pretty decent mold. I mean, sure, the shoulders are kind of annoying, but, like, literally just, like, you just have to hold the shoulder. And then, like, here, I'll show this as I put on his weapon, because we'll talk about that. You just have to, like, hold the shoulder here and then move the elbow. And I think people don't like to be inconvenienced like that when it comes to a car former or a deluxe, just because of how the toy was designed. And I know, people just got a little too pissy about it, if you ask me. This is how I have his weapon. These 2 ports are where the little, like, claw pieces go in. Yeah, it comes with the same accessories as Chase. He comes with this and the 2 little claw pieces. It's all one piece in the packaging. And then he comes with this and, like, a more squared off, more, like, blunt mini gun thing. But I think they're just supposed to be, like, cop flashlights or something for Chase. Didn't get Chase because Rescue Bots never really watched it, don't really care about the show or those figures / characters. But yeah, cliffjumper, and then obviously, like, Chase, you can just slot this over either hand. The hands themselves do randomly flip in on that joint. Not entirely sure why, because that doesn't, you can't do anything with the weapons when they're like that, so I guess it's just a general bit of posability that they wanted to include for the price point. But yeah, you do that, and there you go. And honestly, this is probably how I most often keep him displayed, how he'll be displayed on my shelf whenever I swap him out for Legacy Blaster, because Blaster is always the one that gets moved to the shelf temporarily when I get a new deluxe. And yeah, he's good, honestly. I just wanted to do a video about Cliffjumper when I got him, and I did, because a lot of people give this mold shit, and it's not that bad of a mold. I just think we're a little bit entitled when it comes to, like, certain design things in Transformers, and collecting and everything. Anyway, it's more than enough rambling. I'll see you guys in the next video.